And I can tell you that Mark Bridge-Wilkinson has made 6 changes from Wednesday's 5-2 defeat away to Nottingham Forest. Louis Enahoro Marcus, who was sent off at Blackburn, returns after a 2-game ban. Alvin Ayman, a proud moment for the former Wolves youngster who captains the team for the first time and will play further forward in support of Josh Sonny Lambie. Joe Bradshaw in good form, another goal in midweek to take his tally to 12 for the season. Prince Cisse as well, Jibriel's son, lining up at right back. Well, Rob Etherington in charge of their side. They're missing striker Ollie Boast and Joe Billett at the back, while 15-year-old Harry Gray, one of those very quality players coming through, Archie Gray, related to him, of course, only 15, is a striker. He's training with the first team. He could be playing here today. But they have a 16-year-old up front in Kenneth Mensah, who gets a chance. Big threat on the left wing, a big opportunity really for Prince Cisse to show what he's all about. He's up against a tricky winger in Josh McDonald, the Scotland under-17 international. Oliver Pickles, the playmaker, is the captain in the centre of midfield.
Yeah, of course you've got to defend the team. There's a reason why there's the attacker. I remember when I was a U18 player at Liverpool, and Samuel Lee said, "Who's the best Liverpool defender ever?" And everyone's named his name. He said Ian Rush. So it shows you that we've got history from way back when of defending from the front. Absolutely.
That's nice. Turn by Joe Bradshaw on the right. Cracking ball in too towards Tyler Martin. Eamon Onanuga with an early chance for Liverpool. Recall to the starting 11. Afalami Onanuga.
Yeah, great start. Joe did really well. I think he's got some blonde locks there. I think we've seen some new blonde locks from Joe. And then, yeah, obviously a great start from Liverpool. Getting a shot, obviously we'd like to see a little bit better.
Look how close that is between the 2 goals and the 2 keepers. That's the under-16s fixture.
Yeah, well, I think that shot had more chance of scoring on the other pitch than this one.
Leeds in the change strip of the yellow, of course. Good work here by Cameron Williams, the under-16 player who you were impressed with when you saw him away on his 18s debut at Man United away.
Yeah, he played against Bendito for Man United, who's a huge talent, and he was outstanding, about as good as anybody on the pitch that day. And he's also done well for Scotland as well, so excited to see him play.
Good driving run there by Mills, and there's a chance here for Vincent. Oh, it's off the line, incredible. Mensah denied. That looked a certain goal. The Liverpool defence was caught completely square. Harvey Vincent in on the right. Bailey Hall had to get out. And it was a combination. I think Emmanuel Eraboma might have been the one to get that one off the line.
Yeah, it's a great clearance, but not so clever from Mensah. He'll have wished he'd have scored there.
I had a feeling you might get that one in. You're right, though, it works. Here's O'Connor. Oh, loose. And Leeds go again. Forward by Whitehead. Now, MacDonald up against Cisse. Normally seen Prince Cisse played as a winger, but he's playing at right back at the moment, the last few games.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see how he does. I mean, you tend to see that quite a lot in youth football where players move back, so it'll be interesting. He's definitely got the athleticism. He seems to be really growing as well and developing physically, so it'll be interesting to see how he does in this role.
We will have another look at that Leeds chance when we have a break in play. At the moment, it's a fast and frenetic start here at a sunny Kirby Academy. Pickles. Back to Whitehead. Watson. Hamilton. Pickles. Now Cisse. Bailey Hall, the goalkeeper who signed his first pro with the club in midweek. That's a nice turn by Josh Sonny Lambie. Here's Alvin Ayman. Captain's armband for the first time today for the signing this season from Wolves.
It's been a good start, Steve. Really good start. Both the teams, chance at each end. We talked about the defences before the game, and it looks like we're going to see some chances.
Forward by Hamilton, the England under-17 defender. Is Freddie Lane at right back. He's looking strong here. Good work by Vincent to get to the byline. It's a good ball in, but Thola Onanuga is there. And then he wins a free kick. So here's this opportunity here for Leeds. And it's a good break, isn't it? Breaks through the middle. It's a cracking ball here by Mills. Look how much space Vincent is in there. And no, it's Prince Cisse.
Yep, great.
Who got it off the line.
Great challenge.
Brilliant defending that by Prince Cisse, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
That'll do his confidence a world of good, that.
Absolutely fantastic. In a great position as well, and got away with it. But the initial pass was fantastic, wasn't it, from Leeds to play in behind Cam Williams. It was a great pass.
What a run by MacDonald. Vincent, it's a shooting chance. It's good by young Cam Williams, that. I thought he was going to get a shot away there, but Williams, he seemed reluctant to hit with his other foot there, didn't he? And Williams defended it really well.
Yeah, for sure. He defended really well. He defends really aggressively as well. He tries to get there. Obviously, he got done with the ball for the chance earlier on, but he defended really, really well there. He's a good player, and I expect to see more of that as the afternoon now goes on.
Good play by Bradshaw on Onanuga's cross, and Sonny Lambie not far away. Good take by George Kenyon.
It's enjoyable, isn't it? I mean, there's some end-to-end stuff. There's good attacking play. It's an enjoyable game so far. Joe Bradshaw does really well there. Good pass, and it's a good ball across. And Josh is really on the end of that to get a little near post finish.
The reason the boys are on the back pitch today, by the way, is because the under-21s are on the show pitch tomorrow. And that's the next game we'll be bringing you live. 2 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. The under-21s taking on Middlesbrough. I think Rio Engamoa is back from international duty, so he may well be involved in that one. We'll see. Here's Eraboma at the back, and Ahoro Marcus. Eraboma was a midfield player, actually converted to a centre-back. Sonny Lambie, bit of space for Alvin Eamon, who scored a dramatic winner against Chelsea in the quarter-finals of the Premier League Cup. Good run by the number 8. Of course, that under-16s game you can see taking place behind. A lot of those players will feature for the under-18s next season as first-year scholars. We've already seen a few of them, the likes of Cam Williams here. We've seen Harvey Owen, the centre-back, playing for the 18s in recent games. Hayden Murray home as well. Some good talents coming through. We will see in action next season for the 18s.
We're getting to watch 2 games at once here,
yeah,
Steve.
2 for the price of 1.
I don't know. You commentate on one, I'll commentate on the other.
Hamilton. Away by Enahoro Marcus. With a loose bit of play by O'Connor. It's a great ball. Vincent is offside.
Yeah, offside there, clearly offside, but it was good covering from Lewis there to sweep up.
Wasn't very long ago that Liverpool scored 10 against Leeds here at the Academy. They won 10-3, April 2022.
10-3.
Yeah, it was a good Liverpool team. That Bobby Clark was outstanding in midfield in that game. Isaac Mabea raiding down the right. And of course Leeds beat Liverpool in the FA Youth Cup last year. They got to the final. They were well beaten in the end, 4-0 by a strong Manchester City side. Remember that Leeds game? It was just unfortunate timing of that cup tie, wasn't it, at Ellen Road, the night after Jayden Dans and Louis Kumas had scored for the first team in the FA Cup against Southampton. Bradshaw, good defending there by Will Firth, the Australian. Leeds are counter-attacking well here. It's a very open game. Here's O'Connor again, the 16-year-old who's been at the club since the age of 6. Eamon. There's Tyler Martin, who you may remember, scored that dramatic equaliser recently in the 2-2 draw with Manchester United. Is Enahoro Marcus, 18. Louis now from Benin City in Nigeria. Came to the club as an under-10 player at the academy.
It's good stuff though, isn't it? It's end-to-end stuff. It's an enjoyable game so far. I mean, both teams are trying to attack and trying to create chances, and it's only a matter of time before we see that first goal, I think, Steve.
Yeah, Josh Sonny Lambie, 9 goals for him this season. Played for the 19s in Europe as well. Pickles looking for Vincent a lot, Leeds.
Now it's no single pass.
Lane.
I need to see threat. And go hard. Boy, well done, Kenneth. Well done, Freddie.
Just the game earlier on this season away at Leeds, ended up 2-2. Mensah. Lane, opportunity to shoot for Freddie Lane.
Yeah, Leeds have looked quite good in possession, and here they go again.
Vincent.
Connect, below the ball, Josh, below the ball. Jake, can be swinging round.
It's a big week coming up for Mark Bridge-Wilkinson's side. They're in the semi-finals of the Premier League Cup in midweek. But that's a great ball by Bradshaw. Sonny Lambie. But defended well in the end by Hamilton.
Well, I'd need to see that again, Steve. I thought that was a foul. I mean, if he's got back and he's won the ball fairly, then it's outstanding defending, because I thought we were in there. But I'd need to see that one again, because it looks like he was pulled down, but there wasn't too much of a complaint from Josh, so presume it was a fair challenge. It was a great pass to put him through.
It was an opportunity, that, wasn't it? I was saying the 18s play Reading on Wednesday lunchtime. Another game we've got live for you. 12 o'clock kickoff. Premier League Cup semi-final. So Bridges boys will want a confidence-boosting performance today. But it's Vincent. Now he might shoot with his left foot. But Bailey Hall was there.
Yeah, Leeds have looked good. They certainly don't look like the team at the bottom of the league, and this performance so far, they've been pretty impressive so far. Look really dangerous in attack, especially down this right-hand side.
And they actually did beat Nottingham Forest a few weeks ago, who put 5 past Liverpool, of course.
Yeah, and I tell you, it tends to be that you know, McDonald on the left-hand side, he tends to be drifting inside and picking up the ball in central areas. It seems to be central to most things that Leeds are doing attacking-wise. He's been impressive so far.
I get a few suntans here in Kirby today. Comes over there, Paul.
Someone said I've been sunbathing with my mouth open. My teeth are brown.
Vincent, who's been lively for Leeds in the opening stages. Yeah, we will have another look for you when the ball goes out at that Sonny Lambie chance. Paul felt there was maybe a contact on him which blocked him. When he's breaking like that one-on-one, you would favour Sonny Lambie, because he's got good pace.
Yeah,
and he can hold off the defenders as well.
Definitely, and you know, it's a fine line between using your body to stop an attacker and making a foul. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that occasion.
That's a lovely link up there with Bradshaw, and this is Cisse for Liverpool. In towards Sonny Lambie, good build-up.
Yeah, really good play. Joe's been good so far today. He sends it straight from the kickoff as well.
Here's this chance here. It's a good counter-attack. It's great play by the 16-year-old Joe Bradshaw. It's a cracking ball, that, isn't it?
Yeah, great
And here's
pass.
Sonny Lambie. The defender's arm comes across.
And this is the thing, I think, you know, for me, I don't... Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Eamon, Leeds clear it.
I don't see why Josh is going to go down there unless it's, you know, he's through one-on-one. You know, I think there's enough contact there to call a foul. But the problem is with the referee, you maybe think twice, because he's going to have to give a red card if that was the case. But it's a brilliant ball with the outside of his foot from Joe Bradshaw. He started really well today.
Oh, and that's
really
an
impressive.
awkward ball, and Sonny Lambie in there again. He's not 17 until June, Joe Bradshaw. You feel he's been around for a long time, but don't forget he made his 18s debut as a 15-year-old.
Wow, and his goals. I mean, he's definitely his goals to his game this season has been really impressive. So it's been a great start. It's been a good season for Joe, and great start to this game for him.
Goalless so far here in Kirkby. This 18's Premier League North clash. 8 games to go in the season for Mark Bridge-Wilkinson's side. Here's Cisse, still only 16. From Chester, was a Wales Youth International, Prince Cisse. This is Bradshaw again, the former Accrington Stanley player.
It's amazing, the family, isn't it? I know the dad was a player, but all the brothers play, you know, at different clubs. It's a really cool story to see them all, and they're all playing in different places as well. It's really cool to see them all develop and, you know, show the love of football and try and, you know, start on the journey as being professional footballers.
Bradshaw, as we know, started off on the left wing, but he's playing mostly in the Mo Salah role on the right today because Bridgie feels with that left foot, and he said he can shoot with his right as well. He feels it can cause defenders a lot of problems, which, to be fair, he has done this season.
Yeah, I think it's not something you see as often nowadays, where, you know, a right footer plays on the right wing or a left footer on the left wing. It used to be, you know, back when I was playing, it was more unusual that you played a switch footer. I think Chris Waddle was one when you think about back in the day that used to do it, but it seems to be common practice. But I do think from time to time having a right winger on the right hand side, it makes you go outside and it really stretches defences, and you can put crosses in the box. So he started really well in that role today.
Here's MacDonald, signed from Hamilton at Academical last year. Good work here by Leeds, but O'Connor is there and Onanuga clears it.
Yeah, definitely. I tell you, I've watched him a few times, MacDonald, for Leeds, and he's impressed me every time I've seen him. He always looks dangerous. He's one of the better players in this team for sure.
Whitehead thinking here with Pickles. Ollie Pickles again for Leeds, their skipper. MacDonald taking on Cisse and beats him. Good play. Oh!
Yeah, it was great play. Great play. I mean, he's a good player, and Prince was struggled to deal with him on that occasion, but then you've just got to make sure that at the end of it, after the good play, can you connect the pass? It's a simple enough pass, and luckily for us, he couldn't connect it. A little bit better, and that's 1-0.
It was Vincent at the back post, wasn't it? Eamon. Hamilton. Here's Eamon. Whitehead. Firth.
Will, we need a wide option. Mane, jump in with him if you need to, Mane.
MacDonald.
Single pass, Callum. In then, Josh, in a little bit.
Mensah.
Yes, Jacob higher towards the 9. Look where the deepest player is, Will. Look where the deepest player is.
MacDonald again.
Dynamic, Callum.
Onanuga trying to get that one away. Eamon. Good running here by Tyler Martin.
You can see that's MacDonald. Hamilton again.
Brilliant by Bradshaw.
Yeah.
It was a bit unfortunate there, really. They double up, and Leeds using the width again, and it's MacDonald again. Callum Mills. Pressing there by Sonny Lambie, but beaten to it by Watson. Mills. Hamilton. Over and Nehoro Marcus's head. And it's Eraboma's head, and it's in. And it's Callum Mills for Leeds. You have to say that's a brilliantly orchestrated goal. And Leeds take the lead, and Callum Mills is the scorer.
Yeah, it's a brilliant goal, and it's Hamilton who was just starting to talk about how well he's defended, and he steps in with the ball there, as you said, the England Youth International earlier.
Hamilton with the ball in.
Great ball in, and it's a great finish. outside of the right foot, nonchalant, great finish, wasn't it? And to be fair, you must admit, it's probably what Leeds deserve. They've started the game really well. We said earlier they didn't look like a team at the bottom of the league. And it's a great pass and a great finish, and probably a deserved lead for Leeds at this stage.
Yeah, it was Whitehead with the pass, and Callum Mills scores it. Just went over Emmanuel Eraboma's head, didn't he? Not sure he knew where the Leeds man had drifted in behind him. It's really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, excellent. It's an excellent goal. It's a great pass.
Can the Reds respond? Bradshaw to Sonny Lambie! Nearly.
Yeah, well, I think that's the combination that's looking dangerous for Liverpool at this moment in time. Joe Bradshaw on the ball and finding Sonny Lambie. So that looks like our most dangerous combination today.
He had a good run there. No, the flag went up anyway. We saw the late flag. Must have been tight, that one. But Leeds in front here. And they have the lead. Driven ball over the top again. And they're in again here with Vincent. Stopped in the end by a good challenge from Enahoro Marcus.
I think Ollie Watkins got back there. Ollie O'Connor got back there as well. Ollie got back there and helped and managed to clean up the danger.
He always scores against us, doesn't he? Ollie Watkins. There's Enahoro Marcus again. He's got to keep at it, the boys. I mean, you know, confidence can suffer a bit if you keep conceding goals, but it's only 1-0. And certainly going forward, Liverpool have had one or two bright moments to suggest that they could easily get back into this.
Yeah, it's been more on the counter-attack really, and it's almost solely been down to Joe Bradshaw when he gets on the ball. So that's definitely the threat for the young Reds today.
Here's Pickles. Back to Vincent. Little turn by Whitehead. Here's Hamilton. Vincent.
Someone central. Good boy, Josh. Josh, brilliant. Yes. In, that's it.
Pickles, bit of a gap opens up here. Good cover by Cam Williams.
Press the ball. You're still on it. Connect. Go on, Harvey. Go on, Harvey.
The Leeds bench very vocal.
Yeah, certainly are. Almost as vocal as us.
Maybe not quite. Williams again. Tyler Martin. Oh, giving them loose ball away, but Tyler trying to win it back, but he just wasn't quite strong enough in the physicality.
He's a good player, isn't he, the big centre-back? Looks a good profile, good size, comfortable on the ball, and then obviously, you know, can step in and play a pass as well. He looks a talent.
Bailey Hall, the former Sunderland keeper, fires it forward. Eamon can get that second ball. Tyler Martin might react here. A good recovery from Josh Hamilton again. Freddie Lane. And Vincent has got away here for Leeds. Real danger. Well dealt with by Cisse.
Yeah, he did really well. That's a difficult one to defend. He's done really well.
Firth, Pickles. Callum Mills, the goal scorer. Just drifted in, didn't he? It was a ball over the top that. Do you think Eraboma just slightly misjudges it? It doesn't. appear to realise that there's a man ghosted in behind him.
Yeah, that's it. You've got to, space can't score, you know, when in the box. So you've got to make sure that your head's on a swivel, to use an old saying. Looking for the runners, make sure you mark men when balls are coming in the box, and it's all part of the learning experience for centre backs.
Forward by Lane.
Josh, you're back in then, Josh.
Pickles. MacDonald.
They're starting to dominate now, aren't they, Leeds, on the ball?
Vincent. Martin. Leeds are winning a lot of these 50-50s, aren't they?
They certainly are, and then when they do win it back, they tend to be having longer spells of possession than what we have. So they've been, you know, as I said, it's surprising that they're bottom of the league, because on this form today, they certainly don't look like that level of team.
Is Lane for Leeds. Hamilton again. It's a good switch by Lane. Firth. Liverpool just really struggling to get the ball and just pass it about at the moment.
Yeah, and they're so aggressive, Leeds, with the positioning.
Vincent's another dangerous cross. Not the best of clearances by Anahoro Marcus, but O'Connor did well for the second ball. It's Prince Cisse. Bradshaw will chase. That's turned into a good ball from young Prince, that. Bradshaw, can he make something happen for Liverpool? He's capable, onto that left foot. Look at the amount of yellow shirts.
Yeah, they tend to have swarmed round Liverpool players quite well, with, you know, in that defensive moment. But even in the other end as well, I think they're sending both the fullbacks so high that it's bringing the wingers inside, and they've got loads of numbers around the ball to counter press, and it's causing Liverpool problems in that transition moment. They're struggling to get out and keep possession.
Here's Will Firth coming forward from left fullback again for Leeds. MacDonald.
If you look where the centre-backs are now, I mean, they're really compressing the field. They're so advanced, the centre-backs. The full-backs, look where the full-backs are inside. They're causing real overload centrally, and it's difficult for Liverpool to get any grip of this game at this moment in time. Playing with real freedom, aren't they? Rotation of positions, Leeds. Which is fine, you know, but you know that there should be an opportunity to hit them in transition. If the, you know, there'll be a long transition to get back into the defensive shape.
Good challenge again from young Williams. Well played, young Cam, the under-16 player. Great ball by Williams. Now Sonny Lambie, and again Josh Sonny Lambie. No way through.
But that's the opportunity, you know, we just spoke about it there. If Leeds are going to rotate so much in positions, they're going to put full-backs inside, wingers inside, centre-backs are stepping in. It's that transition moment where Liverpool can really hurt them before they have time to get reorganised.
Oh, good work. Good run by Fowler on Onuga here. Cisse. Oh, Anahoro Marcus gives the ball away. And this is Mensah running at Liverpool again. Pickles. Pickles. O'Connor trying to block him out. Did enough there, Ollie O'Connor. Mensah. Vincent goes for a shot.
Yeah, it's a decent shot. I don't think it was ever beaten the goalkeeper, but it was a decent shot. But good play from Leeds. You know, loads of passes. You know, dominating possession, comfortable, calm on the ball, and then free up, get a shot, edge of the box, and it's never really troubling the goal on that occasion.
men to get the ball.
Lane. Space again out wide for Mills. Whitehead. It's a good challenge initially by Alvin Eamon.
And himself the free kick. But this is where Liverpool, if they can get in position now and try and get a little spell of possession, get back into this game, it's really important because it's been all Leeds in terms of possession at this moment in time. Liverpool have looked dangerous, especially through Joe Bradshaw in transition, but it's really important to get a grip of the game when you have a chance to get the ball as well.
Good hold up here by Sonny Lambie. Good play. Bradshaw. Oh, it's a good run. We'll get a corner out of it, Liverpool.
Yeah,
Them two players again, isn't it? Sonny Lambie and Bradshaw.
Yeah, they you know, it's been a great start to the game for Joe so far. He's been central to everything that Liverpool are creating. And again, on this occasion, managed to get on the outside and get a cross in and end us a corner.
So O'Connor, the Scouser, will take this corner for Liverpool here. See if the young Reds can find a way back into this.
Go down that side. Go down. Bowlers on the left here. Josh.
Onanuga.
Yeah, I think that was a similar kind of shot to the one he had right at the beginning of the game. But it's Hamilton again with the initial clearance for Leeds. He's been outstanding defensively and on the ball as well so far.
18 now. Afalami Onanuga. They call him Fowler at the academy from Lagos in Nigeria. At the club, spotted playing grassroots football in Manchester as an under-11 player. Had a few injuries this season, but now back and determined to prove a point. Of course, in midweek against Forest, Bridgie played Paul's favourite player, Kareem the Dream.
Kareem the Dream.
Kareem Ahmed, who's on the bench today in the number 10 role, and it worked actually. Scored a nice goal, but on the bench today, just trying something different, playing Alvin Eamon as a 10, and Onanuga dropping a little bit deeper than he'd normally play.
It's not the pass that you really want to see. A no-look pass from your centre-back going back to the goalkeeper, and it was a little bit nervy for a minute there.
Now, space for Sonny Lambie. Eamon makes a run. Look at the amount of yellow shirts he's got to take on there. It's not... Maybe should have had some better support there.
Yeah, but this is one of the problems when you're playing in transition and you're playing a counter-attacking football. With a fast attack, it's difficult for people to be around the ball and give you support, whereas Leeds have got a little bit more of a patient attack, which allows them to get numbers around the ball. And it helps you in possession, but it also helps you in that transition moment to counter-press, and that's what we've seen from Leeds.
This is Hamilton.
Up to the four. Up to the four. Alvin, hey.
Bridgie's trying to get Eamon pushing forward, isn't he? But he's sort of ignoring that at the moment. But here he is now.
And that's when you're tired, you know, from when you've been defending for long periods, because Leeds have had possession. You know, you win the ball back and you're desperate just to keep it so you can get a rest on the ball, rest in possession, and then. But normally, if you're tired from chasing, it can make passes like that happen.
Don't be outplayed. Too easy, Tyler.
Too easy, says Bridgie.
But you're not covering him, Tyler.
Constantly talking his players through it, helping them, encouraging them. and telling them when they needed telling, and that's important at this level.
That's your job. You know, if you're stood on the sideline, your job is to help people, especially at youth team level, help them improve.
Here's Freddie Lane for Leeds. They lead by Callum Mills. An excellently orchestrated goal. Yes, you could argue the defending wasn't the best, but from a Leeds perspective, I think you have to say that that's a really good goal.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. It was an excellent pass and just on the shoulder. You know, a little peeling on the shoulder. You see Torres do that for us, Suarez, you know, just getting on the shoulder and those little dinks over the top, and it's an unbelievable finish. Outside of the foot as well, nonchalant. It was a fantastic finish.
Of course, a few players on the injury list, and undoubtedly, when we've been shipping a lot of these goals recently, Liverpool have missed the injured Lucas Pitt. I think he's a good organiser. Eamon's made a good run here. And the goalkeeper came out to him. It's a corner.
I don't know how that's a corner. I mean, I don't think the keeper gets anywhere near the ball. Let me see it again. The keeper doesn't get the ball. I don't understand how. If anything, it's a penalty. You know, if anything, it's a penalty. It's certainly not a corner. The referee's had a couple today where I think he's got them wrong. I think that was the wrong decision.
That could have been a penalty, couldn't it?
Well, and I think, you know, I don't want to call it.
On a chance and a goal! Oh, superb! The goal machine of the under-18s this season. Joe Bradshaw nets again. It's a thumping header. It's a great ball in by Oliver O'Connor. Cracking ball this, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah,
look at Joe at the back post.
It's a fantastic ball in, and it's a great head, and he deserves that, Joe. He's been the best player for Liverpool so far, and he's gonna have to get some of that special blonde shampoo to clean his hair after that header, and rightly so. I mean, what a header. He does well, and as I said, he's been the best player on the park for Liverpool so far, and he so thoroughly deserves that goal.
13th goal of the season for Joe.
Yeah, it's been a breakout season for him. Everyone's known about his talent. Obviously, he's been in and around the England setup as a young player, and he's certainly flourishing this year and turning good play and, you know, creating end product. And that 13 goals as a winger is a great return.
Plus numerous assists as well. He's having a really good season. It's only 16, as I say.
But not only that, well. His general play today has been outstanding. It really has. He's been absolutely outstanding. He's been central to everything. We spoke about him all the way through the game, and it's nice when you see a player get the rewards for the good work so far.
And the last, 10 minutes or so before the goal, Liverpool were beginning to counter-attack a lot better, weren't they? Sonny Lambie was prominently involved, linking with Bradshaw after Leeds were threatening to run away with it.
Yeah, definitely. They were coming back into them. They've looked at it. We spoke about it. When Leeds play with so much kind of rotation of positions, it's that transition moment where we're going to catch them now. I think it's justice as well. I think it was a penalty.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the goalkeeper doesn't get the ball.
No. And
gets Eamon, doesn't he? Eamon, if you like, you could argue is a bit too nice there because he doesn't protest.
Yeah, you want to talk about the dark arts in football. I just call it professionalism. I don't think it, you've got to, it's not embellishment, it's professionalism.
Cisse's cross, but too near the keeper.
If you can engage the contact, why wouldn't you? I think that it's not a case of bending the rules or whatever. It's a case of just doing your job. Your job is to win a game of football, and you use everything within the rules to do it. And if you get contact in the box, go down.
You still feel that one at 0-0 when the Leeds defender, you still think he fouls Sonny Lambie there. We'll have another look at it at the break.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely starts pulling him back.
Pickles for Leeds. 1-1. Good for the boys to get back in it, showing good character. And in Joe Bradshaw, they have a young man who's shown he's capable of scoring and assisting this season. Here he is again, Joe Bradshaw. Great ball, Sonny Lambie. Now, can he finish? Fine save. What a keeper, George Kenyon.
It's that combination again, isn't it? That Bradshaw to Josh Sonny Lambie, and on that occasion, it's a great save. But it's another great ball from Joe. This is probably about as well as I've seen Joe play in this first half. I think he's been absolutely outstanding.
There go Leeds again. MacDonald has got free in the penalty area. And it's off the line by Williams. Pickles! Great save by Hall with the instinctive stop, that wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic save. I didn't know. I got nervous there because I thought, you know, we've just gone at one end and we're in again.
Bradshaw again, running at them. Brilliant by Bradshaw. Sonny Lambie. Oh, it's not a great pass.
Basketball vibes, Steve. End to end stuff. I mean, what a spell of football that is. Absolutely fantastic from both teams.
Bradshaw is really taking this game by the scruff of the neck for Liverpool. He knows his team need him, and he's delivering today.
Yeah, and I like him on that right-hand side. It seems to have been on that right-hand side. His through balls have been absolutely excellent.
And yes, sometimes he can be a little inconsistent, but he's at 16. You can accept that.
Oh, yeah, and especially the level he's been playing at for his age. There's going to be times where he has good games and bad games.
That's a good save, isn't it?
It's a fantastic save. But it's it's the pass for me from Joe, and he's been doing it all first half.
Josh, inside.
And then Leeds nearly scoring at the other end. Williams making a vital clearance to stop Leeds scoring. And a good stop by Hall. Mensah. Freddie Lane takes aim.
So it's interesting, isn't it? That Mensah, he tends to like to drift to the left-hand side and really create overloads on that left-hand side. And it's as he goes inside, as he goes outside, then McDonald tends to come inside as well, and it's a difficult situation to deal with for young Prince, especially not as a natural right back yet.
I thought you were going to say he makes clever runs again. But this is good for Liverpool. Bridge, you'll be happy with what they've done. Just get the ball out to Bradshaw. He's got the beating of the Leeds back line here.
I think Mensah's got RIQ on the back of his jersey, to be honest, Steve. I'd be happy with 9.
Not off. Now Sonny Lambie's made it's a good ball that by Prince Cisse. And Liverpool get a corner out of it.
His movement in behind's been really good, Josh, hasn't it? He's been a real threat, constantly trying to run in behind. We have been a bit direct at times and played in transition at moments, but it's worked. You know, it's got us in behind quite regularly.
Yeah, making some clever runs, Josh. Sonny Lambie.
It's funny, isn't it, when you've been doing the games for years now, Steve, and you see them, they start young and you start seeing them growing into men. It's, you know, it's a really good transition when you see the players maturing into men.
O'Connor with the delivery. Raboma was up there. And you're talking of Mensah. Liverpool have got their very own little Mensah. He'll make Kareem the Dream.
Kareem the Dream.
He's a very clever boy.
Is he?
Kareem, he is.
There you go. Doesn't take after me then.
Here's Mensah again. Look at the space Firth has got here. Lane, goal. The two full-backs combined. The left-back set it up. The right-back scores. Freddie Lane. Leeds lead again.
Yeah, and we've spoke about the positions of the full-backs. Both going inside or going outside, and all the rotation of positions, and you know it's a bit like Trent and Andy Robertson. You know, one pass into the other, and it's a great inside.
Got too much space there.
Yeah, but
no one's marking the two.
No, but it's Mensah that's drifted out to that left-hand side that was being out earlier to create the overload, and then we've got to do better at picking up people on the edge of the box. It's a key area to shoot from, but you've got to give credit. It's a great finish.
You certainly we hope it isn't, but you certainly get the impression the scoring is far from over here.
Well, we said that from the first minute, didn't we?
It always is in these fixtures. Yeah. Liverpool leads. But disappointing one to concede that. Bridgie will say, won't he, at half-time, look, who's picking him up, a full-back up on the edge of the box, who's got time to trap it and then score. But
that's the dilemma, really, isn't it? When it's a full-back, you know, it's normally it'd be a winger that you'd ask to track the run, but when a full-back goes into a central midfield position, that's why teams do it, because it causes a dilemma, it causes confusion. Whose man is that? And we saw that on this occasion.
There's Pickles fouling Ollie O'Connor.
Do you keep the pickles on your McDonald's burger, or do you take them off, Steve?
I don't eat them.
Do you not?
No.
You don't eat the pickles or the burgers?
Don't like them.
You don't like the pickles?
Both.
You don't like McDonald's burgers?
No.
Oh. Just for those listening, there are other burger manufacturers that we...
Love that one. Brilliant.
I keep them on. I've transitioned.
Fair play.
Definitely keep. I never used to.
Yeah.
Acquired taste, I think.
Bloody Pickles, I remember, and this is a true story. Didn't the World Cup go missing?
Oh, was the dog called
In
Pickles?
'66, and that was the dog's name. Yeah.
They found the World Cup.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember Badil and Skinner doing it in a fantasy foot. You know when they used to do the fantasy football
Yeah.
show, and they did Phoenix from the Flames, and they had a dog finding the World Cup. Brilliant.
Was Stato on that show as
He
well?
was, yeah.
Stato.
What was his name? Angus Lachlan. I think that was his real name. We all used to sing Stato to him, didn't we?
Yeah.
What a show that was.
Brilliant. And they did one of the most famous England World Cup songs as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, great point. With Ian Brodie of the Lightning Seeds, big Liverpool fan.
Yeah. That was something I didn't know that. I probably do know when I think back.
Yeah.
You know, when you, but
Yeah.
I never put. Yeah.
He's a massive red, Ian Brodie, yeah. Good defending again by Cameron Williams. Now O'Connor. Trying to pick out Bradshaw. But that's it, half-time, so it's been lively, it's been eventful, hasn't it? I mean, Joe Bradshaw has had some great moments at Liverpool, but Leeds went into the lead, a ball over the top by Hamilton, caught the Liverpool backline square, and it was a great finish by Callum Mills. Excellent equaliser from the corner, thumping header into the back of the net. It really was a terrific equaliser from Joe Bradshaw for his 13th goal of the season. But then Leeds back in the lead, two fullbacks combining. Will Firth set up Freddie Lane, who slotted in. Half-time here in Kirkby. It is Liverpool 1, Leeds United 2. At the break with Lonmeny coming on. Straight swap. Back underway. No, Eamon has stayed on. Is it Tyler Martin? The winger has gone off. Yeah, Tyler Martin has gone off. Eamon has stayed on. So the changes just to double confirm. Lonmeny and Owen for Enahoro, Marcus and Martin. Leeds going again here with Pickles. See how those changes might impact Liverpool here. Good to see Harvey Owen at the back. He's doing well. He's had a good season with the 16s and he's beginning to move up now to the 18 squad. He'll be a first-year scholar next season, of course.
And he looks the right profile, doesn't he? He's nice and tall, which is really important for centre-backs nowadays.
Nice turn by Williams at left back. Sonny Lambie chasing up top. Cleared away by Kenyon. Second ball, but Lonmeny can't get it. Firth. MacDonald. Cisse trying to push him but away. They've got the free kick, Leeds.
Yep, deservedly so. He's a confident player, isn't he? He's not got blistering pace, but he's got really nice technique, and he can play inside, he can play outside. He's someone that's impressed me every time I've seen him.
It will be Pickles here to take the free kick for Leeds United. Rob Etherington side. Whitehead. Hamilton. Eamon. Good ball, Alvin Eamon. Sonny Lambie. Bradshaw. Oh, the flag has denied him.
Yeah, he's just a little bit impatient there, Joe. Just made the run. It's the right run, but just made it a little bit too early, and can just look a lot in the line there, really. Make sure he stays on side.
Yeah, you can see he's way off there, isn't he? Leeds causing danger again. Lovely reverse pass. Vincent. Oh, and Cisse made the mistake. He took it out of Hall's hands and then he recovered.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not so much the mistake, it's the reaction to the mistake, and he reacted really well there and managed to clear the danger.
Vincent again on that right-hand side, getting the ball in though.
Yeah, he's been, you know, he's similar to Joe. It's a right-footed player playing on the right-hand side, and he's certainly been dangerous putting crosses in the box.
Josh McDonald's! Josh McDonald's, gotta be you, Josh!
Cisse. Lon Many. Alvin Eamon. Owen. Onanuga. Cisse making the run, but Will Firth covering it. But Cisse won't be denied. And unlucky. Working hard, young Prince.
Yeah, it's you know, in that position nowadays, you expect so much from your fullbacks, getting up and down, and he's definitely got the athleticism to do it. But obviously, it's a transition for him from going from being a forward player really to going to right back, and it'll be a transition for him. You can't expect him to adapt to it straight away, but he's done well so far.
Good header by Cisse. Bradshaw. Lon Many.
Inside Joshua O'Callaghan. Can you find an inside
Lane.
pass? Can we find the middle? Bradshaw. Ready, Joe? Talk money! Talk money! Yes, Ollie. Wider, Jacob, wider.
They're certainly comfortable on the ball, Leeds. Really comfortable on the ball, really calm, really patient.
Here's MacDonald again. Good work there by O'Connor. But it breaks back for a yellow Leeds jersey again. MacDonald. Mensah. MacDonald running at Liverpool with menace here. Here's Vincent. Straight at Bailey Hall.
And it's been a theme really, hasn't it? Leeds having possession, Liverpool doing well to win it back, but then Leeds counter-pressing straight away and before Liverpool can get a decent rhythm and before they can start keeping possession themselves.
That's a foul by Mills on Alvin Eamon. And Bridget be disappointed how he gets through all of them red shirts there.
Yeah, and to be fair, you know, we've been complimentary about him, but I'm not sure that was the right choice, that pass. It kind of slowed the move down when he chose. Maybe he could have shot himself from a better position centrally.
Here's Mensah. Harvey Owen.
All right, 4-4-2 then. Tell him again, just connect.
We're being a little bit more patient in our build-up in the second half. It seems definitely something that's been spoken about at half-time, because we seem to be a little bit less direct and a bit more patient in possession.
Cisse, it's a cracking ball to release Sonny Lambie. Can he be strong here? Now Mensah at the other end, running at Eraboma. Mills in behind Liverpool again. Mensah, good by Bradshaw.
That's brilliant from Joe Bradshaw there. You know, it was him. They got in each other's way on the edge of the box, and a good position for Liverpool. He's recognised that, you know, he was involved in that, and he's tracked all the way back and made a tackle on the edge of his own box.
Same with Josh Sonny Lambie there, the 17-year-old, Paul. Do you think that might come in a bit of time? Maybe in a year, if you look forward to a year's time when he's a lot more stronger physically, he'll probably beat the defender there, won't he?
Yeah, I think kind of when I've seen him when he was a little bit younger or in his own age group, he always played in the pocket a little bit more, maybe as a 10 or, you know, maybe a second striker. But I think just with what Liverpool have at the disposal in this age group, he's kind of become that number 9. And I think his more natural position is playing as that second striker or underneath, maybe as a 10 role.
Cisse trying to get there. But McDonald again. That's a lovely pass by McDonald. And it's Vincent. Bailey Hall make the challenge. Penalty given.
Well, he's given that one. He's given that one.
2 that got away for Liverpool in the first half. This one is given.
But it's McDonald, you know, he's picked up the ball in central. He's been kind of the live wire all game, and it's a great pass. Great pass. He's been direct with his running. Does well. He looks like he took a bad touch, but then, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if there's more contact there than what there was in the one in the first half. But fair play to Vincent. He's made the most of it, and he's going to take the penalty himself.
He's caused us a lot of problems, hasn't he?
He has, but that's what you should do. If you got a chance to go down in the box, go down and get yourself a penalty.
So Harvey Vincent, short run up. Nicely done. 3-1 Leeds United. Harvey Vincent from the spot. Now a real test of characters needed from the young Liverpool boys. Get your heads up.
Yeah, it's been, it's just one of those things. It was great play. Does well, just waits for the goalkeeper to move and then puts it down in the corner. But it's been disappointing because Liverpool have actually started the second half quite well. You know, they've been a little bit better in possession, keeping the ball for longer periods. They were down the other end as well. So real sickener really. Two goals either side of half time is a real tough one psychologically. But as you said, Liverpool need to stay strong and find a way back into this game.
So remember, Leeds starting the game bottom of the Under-18s Premier League North. A win for Leeds would see them go 1 point behind Liverpool with a game in hand over the Reds.
I think it's fair to say they've not looked like a team at the bottom of the league today. They deservedly, Liverpool have been done well at times and created Leeds a danger, but they've definitely been the better team so far today.
Vincent again causing problems. Leeds are in again, and it's that fullback again, Freddie Lane.
Yeah, that just need to make sure that we, this next 5-10 minutes is really important, that we don't concede if we're going to stay in this game, and just got to make sure that we concentrate, regroup, and keep things tight for the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Good turn by Eamon, but the pass goes back to McDonald. Raboma made a good recovery there. Onanuga, first time, looking for Sonny Lambie.
Yes, Josh, come on, Josh. You need to work. Now where?
Williams, Sonny Lambie. Will he have a crack? I've seen him score from there.
Yeah, he did well, and that's something that he's really added to his game recently, and he's been excellent today. We spoke about him, he might be a little bit more natural playing underneath, but his movement in behind's been excellent today. He's really been an outlet for us and does really well running the channels there, comes back, manages to hold the ball up, combines, and then it's not his best attempt on goal, but the idea was correct.
On this split, the Liverpool backline again, Leeds. Real chance. He's turned long many. They've set up a chance for McDonald. Onanuga did well there. That's a good ball by O'Connor. Bradshaw into Sonny. Oh, looking for Alvin Ayman.
And it was a really unselfish ball. It was the right idea, just a little bit too much pace on it. But he showed the vision. Leeds, you can hear the coach shouting, press, press, press here, and they've been really good at counter-pressing. We managed to evade it this time. Ollie finds Joe, and look, it's a good run, and it's the right idea. Just a little bit too heavy with the execution.
Leeds go again now with Firth. McDonald. Mills. I wouldn't be at all surprised whether Kareem Ahmed will come on shortly. Just playing that number 10 role. He is in good goal scoring form. He scored his 7th goal of the season in midweek.
Is he second behind Bradshaw? In terms
Sonny
of
Lambie's got 9.
Has he?
Bridgie looks on from the touchline. McDonald. Nice turn. He was fouled by Schofield Lonmany. Mills. Mills again.
Mensah offside there. He loves playing on this left-hand side, doesn't he? He's a centre forward. He just drifts lefts all the time, which really suits McDonald because he likes to drift inside and they kind of rotate positions.
Leeds are going to make a change now, and it's Logan White, a midfield player, who's going to come on. Bridgie wants to make a change. Will it be Kareem?
There he is.
There he is. There's the boy. Kareem Ahmed, been at the club since the age of 6, from Birmingham with Egyptian heritage. There's going to be change here for Liverpool. That's the change. Alvin Ayman goes off and Kareem Ahmed comes on to play as the number 10 off Sonny Lambie.
A little bit of a change of... It's been more of a 3 in midfield, hasn't it, really, so far? But now Kareem will play a lot more advanced, I'd imagine.
Ahmed, that's a nice turn to release Onanuga. O'Connor. Kareem Ahmed now 18, of course. Good run by Lonmany. It's a great throw by the goalkeeper. And now Harvey Vincent again for Leeds. Good defending by Owen. Pickles. Oh, it fell nicely.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times, haven't we, in the first half from Liverpool players hitting that fence. It's a good job that fence is there. No, it was good play though good play down the right hand side. Good clearance from Liverpool, and then just a poor shot.
Oh, Bradshaw in behind. Can he pull it back? Another one back. Good defending by Hamilton as Joe Bradshaw raced through.
Yeah, it was great defending. Oh, it's end to end. It's been a few spells like this where it's gone end to end to end, and that was another one there. But we must say, absolutely outstanding defending from Leeds there. Last ditch tackle. Hamilton's been impressive all day, and that was another occasion where it's a great tackle. Especially, and it was needed as well with the form that Joe Bradshaw's in.
Hamilton. Just past the hour mark here in Kirby. Oh, and Bradshaw, good pressure there, nearly won that ball, he was unlucky. If, like us, you're hearing a loud whistle going off, it's because you've seen it behind the goal at the 16s game as well as going on. So probably, I wonder if that's confusing for players. I would guess it must be.
Well, you can definitely hear it.
Yeah. Here's MacDonald. Firth. MacDonald again. Mills. Pickles. Intercepted by Sonny Lambie. Here's O'Connor. Can he get Liverpool going? Eraboma. Onanuga. Cisse. Give a Bradshaw goalkeeper. Unorthodox but effective. Good header, actually.
Need to see when the
Bradshaw
that could be
there.
a yellow card.
Yeah, he's caught him.
It's one of them risk rewards though. The reward for making that tackle could be a goal. So it's one of them that you've got to go for if you're Joe Bradshaw. But obviously
Referee let him off.
He did, yeah. But it looks like a little change of position from Joe as well. It looks like he's playing on the left-hand side now as opposed to the right-hand side.
And Leeds have just got a slight injury concern here at the back. It's Josh Hamilton. You see in there. He probably has every right to go for it.
You've got to go for it.
Yeah.
As I said, the reward of winning that is, but I think that should have been a yellow card, to be honest.
Yeah, he's just checking the keeper's okay.
He's flown in and not got any of the ball, to be honest. But it's 100% he has to go for that.
So it looks like Josh Hamilton won't be able to continue here.
Which is a shame, because he's been outstanding.
See Alex Singlethorpe, our academy directors down there, having a word with Kareem Ahmed as well. With Liverpool 3-1 down. Joe Bradshaw scored an excellent goal for the Reds today to take his tally to 13 for the season. It's just at the back, we're just giving goals away on a regular basis, Paul, aren't we? That's what's costing the team, isn't
That's
it?
very difficult if you're giving away that many goals to be able to win a game of football. You know, it really does make things difficult.
Leeds are going to make a change. Elton Simo, the number 13, is coming on. Normally a goalkeeper squad number, although Danny Murphy did wear that famous squad number when he scored that free kick at Old Trafford in the yellow kit.
We joined Liverpool at the same time, I think, Danny and
Did
I.
you?
Yeah. Well, rejoined for me.
Yeah, he's a good player. I like Danny. He's a good player.
Good lad as well.
Scored some great winners in the derby with a wonderful 30-yarder.
It's funny, isn't it, under Houllier, the couple of players reinvented themselves in unnatural positions.
Yeah.
He was one of them. He used to play on the outside of midfield, on the left-hand side, on the Carragher as a fullback. Had never really played there before until Houllier. So it was he was definitely someone who made the most of his opportunities, Danny, and kind of obviously became an England international. But it was in a unnatural position, really.
Yeah. So Liverpool winning a free kick here. In a decent position.
He was talented, though.
Yeah.
I remember watching him for England before he signed it was a youth competition.
Thumped in by Bradshaw. Eraboma was in a good position. Wouldn't quite fall for Kareem Ahmed. Cisse. Watson for Leeds. Edaboma. Can Liverpool find a way back into this? They've got that semi-final coming up on Wednesday when they host Reading at 12 noon in the Premier League Cup. Game we've got live for you.
Come to the right side for me.
So a Liverpool change. Cisse goes off, and coming on, Harry Evers, the 18-year-old Manchester lad. Been at the club since under 14 level, playing grassroots football. He was spotted. Cameron Williams moves across to right back with Harry back in his normal position at left back.
Be interesting to see how Cam does on this unnatural side for him.
As I say, with young Cisse, that they're still not quite sure what his position, best position, is going to be, whether that is a full-back or a winger.
Yeah, and he's also played as a number 10 as well, and a forward, so he's probably still trying to work it out himself, to be honest, Steve.
Just haven't been able to trouble Leeds' backline enough second half, have they? A couple of Bradshaw, Neely moments. Leeds again with Firth.
Organise together, get together. Get together, then go. Kareem, we need you, Kareem. Yes.
Firth again. Sonny Lambie.
How are we going to get you the ball, Kareem?
Been a tough one this for the young Reds, hasn't it? Second half. First half, for all Leeds possession, Liverpool was still very much in it, but second half, the creativity has dried up a little bit, hasn't it?
A little bit. I think, as I said to you, the two times that Leeds score were real sickeners, really. One before half-time, one after half-time. And it looks like it's really taken its effect on Liverpool psychologically.
MacDonald.
Well, you've got to give credit to Leeds as well. They've been, you know, I can't, as I said earlier, they don't look like a team at the bottom of the league, and they've been really impressive today. And you know, especially the players that we've been talking about, McDonald and Hamilton. They've been really impressive. Yeah. And Vincent as well, to be fair.
Sonny Lambie got a bit of a nasty whack there. Hopefully he's okay. That's how it happened.
Yes, Kareem. Yes, Kareem. You, Kareem.
But Bridgie, you know, he needs a few of them to step up a bit more, doesn't he? He can't. Bradshaw's having a great season, but he needs a bit of help with him up there.
Yeah, well, it's, to be fair, that is if you're focusing on the team performance, you know, because as we've said earlier, I think the mentality at Liverpool, they're not really too concerned about winning youth leagues or, you know, winning games at U18, U16 level. It seems to be how many players can they make? How many players can they make first team players? How many players can they advance? And we've done that as well as anybody over the last 2 or 3 years.
And the team last year had Dans and Kumas in it.
Yeah, definitely. And then, you know, Bobby Clark, and then we end up getting a huge fee for Bobby Clark, you know, and it's that then funds somebody for the first team as well. The academy's done its job.
Absolutely. Here's Ahmed Onanuga. Now, Sonny Lambie goes for a first time. Bradshaw coming in. He couldn't quite direct the header towards goal. Better from Liverpool.
Yeah, it was good. And Joe, it was a real difficult height for him because he probably wants to bring that down.
O'Connor looking for Bradshaw again. Caught in two minds whether to shoot. I think the idea was right to look for Bradshaw there.
Yeah, definitely. But just going back to Joe's header, it's a difficult one because he probably wants to control it, but it's hard with your head. So he's had to try and improvise and do something when it's at that height.
There's Evers. O'Connor.
Yes, Kareem, here it is. Yes, Callum's gone and stay on it then, Cal.
Edaboma.
One more.
Evers. Cam Williams. Here's Ahmed. It's a lovely ball by Kareem Ahmed. And Williams with the cross. Oh! Sonny Lambie denied by another fine save.
What a goal that would have been. It was brilliant. I mean, it's Cam's come over to this right-hand side and he's done really, really well. He gets played some real combination play, gets around the outside, puts a cross in. It's actually a great touch from Josh as well, and it's a fantastic save. It was really, really good play from Liverpool.
He's been a bit unlucky, Sonny Lambie, hasn't he? Could have had a couple of goals today.
Yeah, it's been like hopefully we can see it again, but it's an absolutely outstanding move from Liverpool.
It was.
Great pass from Kareem the Dream as well. And look,
we thought he'd create something when he come on.
Yeah, it's a little under wrap and run, much like Leeds, you know, with the fullbacks going inside. It's a great run, getting across the defender at the last minute. Little toe poke and a great save of the feet. Not much you can fault in that move. It was fantastic play from Liverpool. And,
Get
and
it
a
to
great
3-2.
It would have been nice. That was fantastic.
Had a couple of good saves, George Kenyon, today, both to deny Josh Sonny Lambie in the first half and the second.
But we should get confidence from that. It's a great move from Liverpool. Show that we can cause Leeds trouble. It's probably the best chance, or definitely the best chance of the second half. And you know, if that goes in, still a load of time left to try and get that equaliser. So these next 5-10 minutes are key.
He's a bit frustrated there, young Josh Sonny Lambie, but to be fair to him, I don't think that's bad finishing, the two chances. I think they're two really good saves.
He's hit the target.
Yeah.
You know, he's hit the target. The movement's fantastic. If you look at, you always try and say you try and get in front of the defenders before they have a time to react. The time of his run is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, look at this again. Really good this.
Look at the time and across he gets across the defender. The defender doesn't see him, gets across the neck, and it's a great save. Defender, the goalkeeper's light on his feet. That's a really difficult save to get your feet adjusted to stop that.
So play was just halted because of an injury again for Leeds United. Got Liverpool trailing 3-1. Got the equaliser, excellent goal by Joe Bradshaw from a corner. But then two goals either side of the break, putting Leeds 3-1 up, including a penalty. Liverpool, Paul Dalglish felt Liverpool should have had at least one, possibly two penalties in that first half, which could have put a different slant on the game.
It was definitely a foul. I think it was outside the box though, but it should have been a red card as well. But probably, you know, at the end of the day, you obviously want to win these games, but the most important thing is that the players look back after 90 minutes and feel like they've developed and got better, and 11 v 11 on the pitch is probably better for everyone.
Leeds making a couple of changes there with Leighton Brown, a forward, and Jack Morris coming on. Will Firth has had to go off with an injury. Strong run by Vincent. O'Connor gets across him though. Lonmany. There's Williams. Morris quickly into the action. Off the bench. Mills. Lane. Good defending by Harvey Owen there for Liverpool.
Yep, good defending. Really good defending. And he's done quite well since he's come on. So he can be proud of his afternoon so far. Be nice to get a goal now, Steve.
Yeah, make it a frantic finish. Owen. Oh, good run this by Brown. Leighton Brown, the queuing up to score. And they make a right mess of it, in truth.
Yeah, and it's, you know, there seem to be 3 people, you know, all open at the back post. If you just look how high Cam Williams is here, it's tricky for him to get back, but there's 3 people on the back post, and it's just a poor finish in the end.
By White. Yeah. Probably should have been 4-1 that.
Definitely
Liverpool.
should have been.
Definitely one they've got away with.
Whole team, going up. Ready, Fowler, be ready. On the inside, Fowler, on the inside.
Leeds come again with Louis Whitehead. Vincent. Good pace. And Araboma making the challenge to stop White.
It's Vincent again, isn't it, down that right-hand side, causing problems, and again gets a decent cross into the middle of the box, and we do well to defend on that occasion.
And here Bridgie from the touchline, animated. Leeds have a corner, which Pickles will take. Headed away by Williams. Mills onside.
What a pass that was, Steve.
Nice play by Morris. Williams gets it away. Simo. Lane. Brown. Lane again. Morris.
They pass it quite well, Leeds, don't they? They really do, and it's really surprised that this is the team propping up the table with, based on this performance today. As I've said a number of times, if they can be proud of the way they played today.
A foul of frustration, I think, there from Josh Sonny Lambie.
Yeah, there's nothing worse when you're behind and there's 10 minutes left in the game and the opposition are popping the ball around and you can't get it back.
Hamilton. Vincent. Good challenge from Harry Evers. Ahmed. Sonny Lambie. Driving forward now. Oh no. Oh no, Afalami on Anuga. We've said before he's had his injury problems, and that looks a bad one.
Yeah,
I really feel for him there.
Well, it could be cramp. I'm hoping it's cramp.
Hope so.
I think it is, just judging by that reaction.
Yeah. When you go like that and you think, oh no.
Yeah, it looked like he'd done his hamstring. But I do think it might be cramp. I'm hoping it's cramp for his sake.
Yeah.
He's put a great shift in, and obviously last 10 minutes they've been chasing the ball a little bit, chasing Leeds round, and that'll
We've
take
used
its
all our
toll.
subs as well, Paul, haven't we?
Get your boots on, Steve. Where would you put yourself, Steve?
Number 10.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's because you need a big enough shirt to
Yeah,
get 2
exactly.
numbers on the back. You could have 3 numbers on your back, Steve.
So hopefully it is a touch of cramp there, as you suggested, Paul. But Liverpool 3-1 down here at the academy. I mean, for the boys, they'll be hurting, Paul, because it's never nice losing games.
No, it's not.
And you have to respond to that, don't you?
Well, there's been, yeah, definitely. But if you look at the big picture, you've always got to try and pick the positives out of it. You've got to win or you learn, and you look and you go, okay, well, there's been some real positives, especially the performance of Joe Bradshaw, especially in the first half. That's as good as I've seen Joe play in that first half.
Not seen enough of the ball second.
Second half, I don't think there's too many of the Liverpool players that have seen enough of the ball. Leeds have really kind of taking the sting out the game with a lot of possession, as they're doing now, and it's been frustrating for Liverpool at times.
Nice moment for Oliver O'Connor here as well, with Alvin Ayman went off to take the Liverpool captain's armband, the 16-year-old. Now, Sonny Lambie. Bradshaw will make the run. Here's Kareem Ahmed. Lovely turn by Ahmed. A bit unlucky there.
I think Josh Sonny Lambie should have played in Joe Bradshaw there. He'd made a great run and just slipped the ball inside him, and he was in. I think that was the wrong choice from Josh to go himself.
Mills, back to Morris. Don't forget, folks, 21's Premier League 2 action tomorrow. Taking on Middlesbrough, 2 o'clock kickoff. We've got that one live for you from the academy. All the best to Barry Lutis and the Jay Spearing and the boys for that one. Brown stopped by Eraboma. O'Connor. Good play again at the back there by Harvey Owen. Good composure from the youngster. Onanuga. It was a touch of cramp back on the field, thankfully. Really felt for him there at first, because he's had, as I say, he's had such a frustrating time through injury. Afalami Onanuga, as I say, known as, you can hear Bridgie calling him Fowler from the bench, that's his nickname. Good tackle by Ahmed, had to be really. Leeds ploughing through. Lane. Morris. See some of the under-16 players who will be part of the group next season under Louis Nightingale, the under-16 side. Looking on after their game is finished. See the under-21 squad putting in a little session ahead of tomorrow's game, right by the AXA in the background as well. Watson, final 5 minutes. With Liverpool 3-1 down here. Pickles. Vincent, been a key performer for Leeds today. It's a foul by Harry Evers, just left a trailing leg.
It certainly was. I think that's one way to stop him, though. To be honest, he's been fantastic all evening, and I think that's just a little bit of frustration coming out there. One will pass, but not both. Either the ball or the man will not get past me, and that was certainly a case of that there. I don't mind a little bit of that, though. Honestly, like I think that obviously in U18 football, they're trying to keep it, fair and try. But I don't mind to see players getting frustrated that they're losing and show a little bit of, a little bit of frustration and tackles coming out of that. I don't mind that. I think it shows you care as well. Yes, you can always control it better sometimes, but I don't mind a little bit of that.
Now space for Kareem Ahmed. There go Leeds again with Brown. Good block by Harry Evers, that had to be. Williams. Frustrating one for the boys, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, frustrating for sure. Anytime you lose is frustrating. But as I said, there is positives. There is positives to take out of it. But I think sometimes as well, you've got to give credit to Leeds. They've put in a really good performance, not just in terms of individually, but collectively. I think they've showed a real good team shape. They've showed a fantastic ability to keep the ball in possession, rotating positions, counter pressing, and when they've lost the ball. And now, even when they've gone ahead, they've shown composure to keep the ball and kill the game. So I've been really impressed with Leeds.
Sonny Lambie still chasing up there for Liverpool here. Mills. Brown. As Joe Bradshaw continued his excellent scoring feat this season, scoring his 13th of the season. Great header from a corner. Liverpool could have had a penalty just before then as well. And the goalkeeper, George Kenyon, has twice denied Josh Sonny Lambie with some excellent saves, but Leeds have certainly had the better possession today. No doubt, no question about that. And they've had a couple of lively wingers in Harvey Vincent and Josh McDonald especially. Of course, Liverpool a number of problems at the back.
Yeah, Joe, if you're an attacking player, that's how you're judged, goals and assists.
Nice turn, Sonny Lambie. Good effort, unlucky. Keeps going, Josh Sonny Lambie.
Yeah, definitely does well to spin there, gets himself in behind. And it's a tight angle. It's a tight angle, but he has the confidence to go for it. It doesn't look like there was. I mean, Joe's maybe stood there in the middle. If you look at Ollie O'Connor at the back post, if he could got his head up, it could have been a little dink to the back post, and Ollie was open. Probably the wrong decision there from Josh.
The killer goal was the penalty, wasn't it, that Leeds got to make it 3-1. 2 goals on either side of the break, really.
Yeah, I think they were both equally hurtful, but it was a penalty. No complaints. As I said, it could have been a penalty for us in the first half as well, and a red card. But these things happen in football, and you've just got to try and. What was it he said in Ted Lasso? Think like a goldfish. Forget these things and don't feel too bad for yourself.
There's Lonmany for Liverpool. Good pick out. Harry Evers in space. Wouldn't quite fall for Bradshaw. So the Young Reds are looking to bounce back on Wednesday when they take on Reading. A 12 noon kickoff in the semi-final of the Premier League Cup. Extra time and penalties a possibility. We've got that one live for you on Wednesday. Evers, Sonny Lambie, who's offside.
Frustrated body language from a few of the Liverpool players now. I think obviously very, very difficult to get anything out of this game now with this amount of time left, and you can see that in some of the players now.
And a tough week for the boys, conceding 5 in midweek at Nottingham Forest. But you just got to keep going. That's the only way you're going to stop these defeats, is keep going, keep together, keep making progress, keep showing what you're all about every time you put on that red jersey.
Yeah, of course, and obviously you've got to think, even in a loss in academy football, you've got to think about what you get out of it individually and make sure you get the most out of it individually, even if the team, you can't control so much the result of the game, but you can control what you get out of it individually. And that's what some of the players have got to do. They've got to make sure that they maximise what they get out of these games, because we've said many times, Steve, that the mentality of the Liverpool Academy is not so much to win these games, but to push players on, and we've certainly done that. To be fair, so have Leeds. You know, they've done it as well. You've got to give credit to them as well. They've done it as well. If you look at Archie Gray, won Young London Player of the Year last night in the awards, and Harry's away with the first team today.
15.
So 15. Yeah. So 2 brothers as well.
Yeah. From the Leeds footballing family. So deep into stoppage time here in Kirby. It's been 1 or 2 injuries, 1 or 2 knocks in the second half. But undoubtedly, Leeds United have been the better side.
Yeah, yeah.
Clinical when they've had to be. They've kept the ball well.
Yeah, they've controlled the game in most parts. Liverpool have been dangerous in transition at times. They've looked dangerous, especially the combination of Joe Bradshaw and Josh Sonny Lambie in the first half. But it's been dangerous moments for Liverpool, but Leeds definitely deserve winners.
No single pass now. No single pass. Can you be dynamic?
So Leeds United take the points here to go 1 point behind Liverpool at the bottom of the league here. Joe Bradshaw continued his excellent scoring season with his 13th thumping header from a corner. Josh Sonny Lambie might have scored a couple himself. George Kenyon, you have to say, with 2 brilliant saves. Leeds opened the scoring with Callum Mills, a great finish, creeping in behind after a great pass by Hamilton. And then after Bradshaw had equalised just before half-time, the 2 Leeds fullbacks combined. Will Firth set up Freddie Line to make it 2-1. And then after Harvey Vincent was brought down by Bailey Hall, he stepped up to score a penalty to make the scoreline even further in Leeds United's favour. Frustration for the young Reds, but it finished Liverpool 1, Leeds United 3.